What the dark web's marketplaces tell us about the world we live in. The dark web, often imagined as a digital underworld of hackers, drug dealers, and conspirators, remains one of the most misunderstood parts of the internet. Hidden behind layers of encryption and anonymity, its marketplaces function much like those on the surface web: buyers, sellers, listings, and reviews. But what makes these marketplaces particularly intriguing isn't just what they sell, it's what they reflect. A close look at dark web markets reveals not only the tools of cybercrime but a surprisingly honest mirror of real-world tensions, trends, and values. Supply and demand, revealed in anonymity. One of the most striking things about dark web marketplaces is how their inventories often reflect what's in high demand globally. When medical systems collapse, counterfeit prescriptions and vaccine cards become hot commodities. During geopolitical conflict, we see spikes in forged documents, stolen credentials, and even weapons. When economies falter, more listings emerge for hacking tools, bank drops, and get-rich-quick schemes. These listings reveal uncomfortable truths. Economic inequality drives desperation, instability fuels fraud, and people are often willing to risk legality for survival. In this way, the dark web doesn't just cater to crime. It often functions as a pressure valve for social and economic failures. Trust, reputation, and online communities. Contrary to popular belief, the dark web isn't chaotic. In fact, many marketplaces rely on complex systems of trust, with vendor ratings, escrow services, and customer reviews mimicking the structure of Amazon or eBay. Even in an unregulated space, people seek consistency, fairness, and reliability. This suggests something profound. Even in anonymous and lawless environments, human behavior tends toward structure and cooperation. These black market communities evolve with their own ethics, dispute systems, and codes of conduct, highlighting how trust is a universal need, even among those operating outside the law. A parallel economy built on anonymity. Cryptocurrency plays a central role in dark web marketplaces, and the preference for privacy coins like Monero reveals how seriously vendors and buyers take anonymity. But it also hints at a broader shift in digital culture. Many people now view financial privacy as a right, not a red flag. This parallels mainstream trends where privacy tech, once limited to whistleblowers and hackers, is now embraced by journalists, activists, and even everyday users. The dark web's financial ecosystem, while controversial, underscores a growing global concern over surveillance, censorship, and the loss of digital autonomy. The human side of illegality. Not everything on the dark web is illegal. Some forums and services support whistleblowers, censored journalists, or people seeking to escape authoritarian regimes. These spaces remind us that the dark web isn't inherently evil, it's a tool. Like any tool, it can be used to exploit or to protect. The presence of these communities highlights the duality of the dark web and challenges the narrative that all anonymity leads to crime. In fact, many of the world's most vulnerable people rely on the dark web not to commit crimes, but to survive systemic ones. Dark web marketplaces offer more than just illicit goods. They reveal hidden currents running through our digital and physical worlds. They reflect supply and demand, trust and reputation, desperation and innovation. Most of all, they expose the vulnerabilities in our systems, health, economy, security, and how people respond when those systems fail. In that sense, what we see in the dark web is not separate from society, it's a shadow of it. And if we look closely, it may tell us not just where the internet is going, but where the world is already headed. Visit the link in the description below for more information.